Hello there, Big Benedict here. We're playing Uncharted 3 Remastered on brutal difficulty. This is my guide and walkthrough. We're currently on chapter 13 of 22. It is entitled Rough Seas. So, this entire shifting, collection of debris and everything like that, and moving platforms is only manned by 4 enemies, so that it doesn't potentially have that much of a problem for you. If you do get spotted, I think that you only have to take out the 4 guys. I don't believe that they spawn any more enemies into the fight. I know that that's sometimes a punishment that the game doles out, but I don't think that's what happens. So, additionally, I thought that there was 1 fewer C chapters than what was projected by me. But, man, I just love doing that. I love doing that. I wish it automatically would snap you into cover if you're near cover. And I also wish it would just pick up the, right when you're jumping on him. I wish it would not only put you into cover if you're near cover, but I also wish that it would just pick up the gun for you so that you don't have to press triangle and circle and waste time, just make it a bit snappier. I think that would be something that would improve the game, quite honestly. There's a lot of things that I think would improve the game. But now we've just got that guy up ahead. We've got somebody else patrolling over to the right, I believe. And our ultimate goal is just to get to the winch that's going to lower the beam so we can board the luxury liner, where we're going to be cruising for that famous cruising for a fucking bruising. So hope you're ready to potentially get yourself bruised a little bit. And the ultra heavy that I mentioned at the end of the last chapter, he really isn't as difficult as I thought he was to take down. And the section with him, I've always been a coward and stood on the cargo bins, but I thought, no more. Let's just do it the way that most folks would be able to do it, and then we could also we could always tell people that there's the other option that they can do to make it a little bit easier for themselves. And that's not to say that you need to bow in reverence to me because I'm not doing it the easy way. It's just because I wanted to do it one way, and if you just want to get through it for yourself and with less hassle, feel free to. You can do as you wish. So now we're going to get shot at by an RPG, and now we need to hustle to get to the actual ship that we can board, because not only is there a huge tidal wave coming for us, but we've got enemies who don't want us to get on the ship that the signal bearer there is trying to get his buddies to get onto the ship. They don't want our ass on there. Now the guy up there waving his magic wands up there, I'm gonna shoot him because I don't like the color of his money. So we're gonna take that guy down, and your next target is to take this guy down, and then that should be the final imposition before that you can go on to the ramp. However, there's going to be somebody who's going to give you a nice friendly kick in the face to knock you down and prevent you from coming on the ship. But we'll eventually board a ship, and we're going to have to jump from ship to ship, and eventually, see, this is a I don't know what the terminology would be for like a host of ships, or like a flock of seagulls, or a something like that. It's a I guess you could just call it a train. How about it's just a consort, I guess. It's just a collection of ships that, see, the luxury liner is over there to the right. We're just trying to get on there as best as we can. In the tidal wave, we lost everything, so that now when we get on this ship, we're gonna have to pick up the Cal 7 and make do with it. There's gonna be a guy up there causing trouble, and a couple of guys that can be quite aggressive to you and potentially try to flank you. and it's quite difficult on these sections because of all of the moving set pieces. It compromises your aim, but in a moment you're going to get a checkpoint. So the checkpoints are very plentiful. Even though this chapter is called Rough Seas, you're probably not going to have a rough time on it. In fact, once we take care of this guy, they're going to checkpoint it for us. There's a collection of... We've got a Mag 7 over here. There's also, for some strange reason, there's a Dragon Sniper Rifle over here if you want to pick that up for yourself. And I decide not to do it because I don't see the logic in using it. Now, we're going to be doing that infamous ballroom section in the Cruising for a Brucin section. And going from chapter 14 to 15, I just want to warn you, like, really far in advance if you're going to be having trouble with the chapter 15's opening section, because it is hard. If you have a grenade launcher going into chapter 15, you're going to be so set it's not funny. Now, I was going to bring a grenade launcher to it, but, you know, sometimes things just don't work out. You know, I ended up... I think I just used it all up, and I thought that there was maybe a drop somewhere in the environment where they left you one. But we can discuss it in the next chapter. I'm just letting you know that the grenade launcher is going to be extremely helpful for the beginning of chapter 15. But that's a little far away from where we are now because we're not even on chapter 14. So I will give you plenty of warning. Now, the only thing left to do now is to grab the RPG over here. That will infinitely spawn until you fire 3 shots at the ship over here that's trying to take you down. And then once we take this thing down with 3 RPG shots, then we can board the luxury liner, and then we can start cruising for that fabled Brucin. Take care.